Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Thrive Technologies. We're doing a little something different. Thursday lunchtime. Welcome. Hey, so I was going to start off with a story. Here goes. I was awakened by a shrill scream and a dreadful howl just outside my hut. Not knowing what made that terrifying sound, I reached for my chopping axe and headed for the door. What my eyes saw outside will never leave my memory. A sea of blood, gutted corpses of my neighbors, and dozens of frenzied wolves feeding on the fallen. Being immensely outnumbered by the wild beast, my best option was to try to sneak out in hope that the animals would not sense me. The peaceful days of Edra were no more. One night, a full moon night to be exact, wolves, foxes, and all canines alike came from the forest and started attacking the human settlements. The sheer hunger of the beast had no end. Wolves were ripping bodies apart, leaving nothing more than bones. Many prior decades of peace and prosperity made the continent defenseless. Lack of confidence meant no army was needed. Only the capital towns had troops, and those numbers were limited. Small villages having no ramparts were an easy target for the packs of animals. So, if you don't know where that came from, that actually is from the lore page or the lore section of the white paper on Shurio.com. If you haven't read it, definitely go check it out. So, what are some changes that have been made to the Shiryo white paper and some of the stuff that's been going on? So, one of the things that I actually like that they have included in the white paper is detailed information about gameplay. So there is very detailed information. It talks about it. I'm not going to go through it all here because it really is a lot of information. And once we get closer to game time, once it gets where they're going to release alpha and beta, you'll actually see the game mechanics in motion. But like I suggest you go read it. It's definitely a good and interesting read. And if you're interested in the gameplay, the white paper is definitely a good place to start as far as learning how to play, what to do, where the mechanics are, and develop a strategy. Honestly, because if you wait to develop a strategy with the cards that you might have when gameplay comes out, you're going to be behind the curve because people are going to already be planning their strategy. In fact, they're already planning their strategies now. We've already been talking about it for a while. Play to earn. What are some of the play to earn aspects of it? That's one of the things that I like in the white paper is it talks about the play to earn, and I know we've talked about it in spaces. We've talked about it inside of the other places, and we've talked about it in AMAs. But it's just good to remember what the play to earn aspects are. Okay, so there's various game modes that you'll be able to play. First off, one of the cool things is when you first start playing the game, you'll be able to play without having to fear of losing rank or I'm not necessarily sure exactly how to play. What do I need to do? And you can jump in to a play mode where you're actually playing against a bot that's at a similar level that you are, and you'll be able to learn how to play by playing that bot, and then later on move into maybe game wagering or card wagering or avatar wagering or card packs or turn. I think I got that muted before I sneezed. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Been mowing the lawn this morning. All right. So, um, comments, questions, concerns. What do you have as far as have you minted your avatar? Have you opened any card packs? There's some cool stuff that people have been showing or doing through their card packs. Did you know that they're actually selling. The card packs are actually selling on OpenSea. And in fact, Shiryo official posted today that Shiryo is actually listed as one of the top 10 NFT projects right now on OpenSea. So go check that out. It is pretty cool. All right, so one of the things I want to talk about today was a community member created website called Shurio.info. Okay, and Shurio info is basically a complete wiki that has to do with everything Shurio, from stats to current burns, predicted burns, the dev wallet, NFC stats. You can donate to them, and then the Shurio cards themselves. So you can go through the different aspects of it, and it'll tell you exactly how many total cards are available. What the wallet marketing dev wallet address is, its ETH balance, right? So NFT card stats, how many total cards, how many owners, what's the average resale price, the floor price, total sales, total volume in card sales. So there's just some good information inside here that you may be interested in. So go check that out. It's Shiryo.info. All right, some great information in there, and it just scrolls really nice. I love it. Hey, what's your favorite card set? Are you water, earth, fire, lightning, thunder? What's your favorite deck? Or what kind of deck are you planning on building? I know a lot of people are going fire. Some are going earth. I know Gaia the Survivor is one of the most popular cards in the deck right now. A lot of people are talking about that. In fact, this card has been selling like crazy. I think two sold yesterday. So Thunder. This is honestly Indra the Conductor. That's my favorite card. I haven't decided if I'm going full Thunder deck or if I'm going a hybrid, but that's definitely my favorite card so far. And then Water. So and there's some water cards in here that are insane, that are intense. I love kind of the fire or the water. I mean, I love them all. They're all great decks, right? So just cool stuff going on. So where are we at Shurio price wise today? Right now we're at 10.016. We're not really moving too much right now. There's this bump. That's that from 1.5 to 1.6. So we're just kind of hanging out. There's obviously some things that are coming down the pipe that once we start moving, that's going to move forward. So how close are we to that 50,000 mark for that Lambo giveaway? We just went up one, so 41,667. So we're moving up slowly but surely. We're adding about, right now we're adding about 25 to 30 per day, but as this gets closer to gameplay, as soon as the alpha is released, this is going to start increasing crazy. Because more marketing will happen, more information will be given out specifically about gameplay, especially alpha gameplay. The magma stuff is coming out, so a lot of cool things that are going to happen in the near future, and Shiryo is definitely where it's at. But if you haven't checked out the white paper yet and read through it, definitely go down here to this lore section, the Shurioverse lore, and just read that. That's what I started off the video with. This is right here, and just good stuff. I love reading, because this kind of gives you a thought process of what the developers are talking about, what they're working on, and what they're thinking as far as Shiryo is concerned, and it kind of a mindset of what they are doing, right? All right, so let's see here. I wanted to go through some news articles. There was some crypto news that was given out today. or within the past 24 hours. Some interesting stuff. But first off, let's talk about Elon for a minute. Excuse me, I need to get a drink there. Had a little crack in my throat. Um, Elon. So Elon Musk has talked about buying Twitter, and there have been several back and forth between him and the board and other people that are trying to um, you know trying to make a decision on what they're going to do uh, as far as Twitter is concerned. Do you think it's a good move for Twitter to sell to Elon Musk, or do you think they should? You think Twitter should keep it private or keep it public as they have been, or do you think going private with Elon Musk would be a better option? I honestly think that if Twitter was purchased by Elon, that we would see some movement, upward movement as far as crypto is concerned. Not because like there's anything specifically going on inside the crypto space. I mean, there's lots of things going on, but I'm not talking about anything specific. Um, but just the movement of Elon and his relationship to crypto, and adding Twitter to his portfolio, should he end up with the whole thing, I think there'd be a huge bump in crypto overall, just be based on the relationship between the two. All right, so couple of news articles that I wanted to go through today. Coinbase is hugely expanding, and they're trying to work into some different aspects of the crypto market. So let's go check this out. So here we go. So Coinbase is planning to purchase crypto exchange BTC Turk, which is the main Turkish exchange, for $3.2 billion. According to the media outlet Web Brazi, Thursday report from Merger Market, the two exchanges negotiated a price based on the market behavior of the Turkish lira and Bitcoin, arriving at roughly $3.2 billion. And they've both signed a term sheet, so they've agreed to this price if they can accomplish this. So the acquisition would go along with what CEO Brian Armstrong has been announcing, as far as he wants to expand into every single country in which Coinbase can legally operate. And Cointelegraph reported in March that Coinbase was preparing to purchase 2TM, the parent company of Latin America-based crypto brokerage firm Mercado Bitcoin. So, and they're working already on purchasing a country director for its operations in Turkey, according to a job posting. Part of the director's responsibility include accelerating the exchange's strategic partnerships in Turkey. And Binance announced on April 14th that it also launched a customer service center in Turkey in an effort to end fraud cases involving crypto. Which, anything that we can do to get rid of fraud inside crypto is a good step. Now it just depends on what that is. We definitely need to hold those companies, those places that are doing business, accountable. I know Uniswap is in a lot of trouble right now for some of the practices that it's allowed. Is for, in fact, Uniswap is in trouble, or it has actually a lawsuit in the United States based off of them allowing anybody to list a coin, fraud coins, rug pulls. We've all seen it go around, and so Uniswap is kind of under the gun for that, and they need to do a better job of vetting who they allow on their space. So, that's one part of something that the whole crypto industry needs to be involved in. I don't do it needs to be up to individual businesses, consumers, and that stuff to to fight fraud, because that's the only true way we're going to get through all that. So here's another bit of information concerning Binance. So evidently there is a blockchain association, and Binance.us has quit that blockchain association and formed its own lobbying shop. So there's a lobbyist and stuff that they were working with inside the U.S. to do different things. So they made a major investment last year, and the Blockchain Association said an individual associated with Binance.us, our executives recently negotiated in good faith with Blockchain Association executives in an effort to grow Binance.us role within the group. But after multiple conversations, we ultimately determined that our values, goals, and standards were not fully aligned. The resources that we would have dedicated will now be reallocated to efforts consistent with Binance.us policy agenda in Washington and state capitals across the country. So, unfortunately, in this world, we have a major political environment, and that's not just in the United States, that's around the world. But unfortunately, you have to have money to go get what you want inside these organizations, inside these government organizations, get the bills passed that benefit the area that you're in. And so they've got to put money. They're putting money into an association that'll look to enhance crypto for what Binance US is trying to do through their lobbying group. Okay, so I think lobbying groups unfortunately have too much power, but they do what they're going to do. That's the way the system unfortunately is set up, and there's no laws preventing it. So lobbyists sometimes, in my opinion, have been able to do too much. I actually had a company about 8 years ago that I had to stop the company because I was starting to intrude on somebody's area as far as where their business was concerned, and they went down and lobbied the state that I'm in. They lobbied the legislation and changed a law, or added a law, and then I won't say they changed it. They added a law that affected the way the business structure that we were in worked, and therefore made it impossible for me to continue because I didn't have the amount of money that they had to be able to do the things that they wanted to, that they were now requiring us to do. And so it really just pushed me out of business. It was unfair, and I hate lobbyists for that specific reason. But sometimes it is what it is. All right, so how are you guys doing out there? You guys doing well? Shiryo. Oh, I was going to tell you. So the Shurio Avatar tournament you see behind me. Let me move that way. So those are the avatars that are currently in the competition today. It ends here shortly. So if you haven't voted for that, go over to Twitter, find Ramy's post, and hit that up and go vote on that if you haven't already. If you have voted, or if it's past, well, you got like 10 minutes from now. So if you don't vote in the next 10 minutes or so, you won't get to vote in this one, but you can always vote in the next one. But we'll be announcing the winners of this tonight at 7:30. So come join me right here. I'll have Crypto Mario here with me at least, and we will announce the winner of Group A, and we'll show the winners for that. There's also some news about some of the stuff going on in the tournament, so please jump back here for that information tonight at 7:30. I'll post a link in the description here in just a little bit. All right. Any other news here? How about some world news? All right, so crypto exchange Binance. So this is Binance World. This isn't just Binance US, but Binance curbs the services in Russia. So the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange is deactivating the accounts of its major clients in Russia. It said on Thursday, cutting back its services to the country in line with European Union sanctions. The one thing that Russia did do after, like in the past week or so, is they said, okay, yeah, we'll start accepting crypto for goods and services and stuff, and allowing you to be using it. So more people started getting into crypto, I'm sure, inside Russia, and so that they could do outside exchanges and stuff like that. So, they were basically trying to skirt the rules. So, if they have funds that are in there, they would be able to withdraw them. They just won't be able to add any more funds or buy any specific cryptos in there. So, accounts with Russia-linked users have completed address checks and hold crypto is worth less than 10,000 euros. Those accounts will remain active, but anything larger than 10,000 euros, you're not going to be able to do anything. The EU this month targeted digital wallets used to store, send, receive, and send cryptocurrencies, part of a broader effort to close potential loopholes that could allow Russians to move money abroad. So it's just in line with everything that the world has basically been telling Russia that they need to stop this war, but they continue on, and so unfortunately, the people in the country of Russia and Ukraine are majorly affected. And Belarus, actually. So those that are in Belarus are being affected by this as well. I love talking fraud cases and stuff like that. The Secret Service seizes more than $102 million in crypto assets. This was published Tuesday, April 19th. But the U.S. Secret Service is starting to follow illicit digital currency transactions. So they are actually following the wallets that may be involved in nefarious transactions or stealing money through hacking or what have you. So David Smith, the Assistant Director of Investigations, said agents and analysts actively track the flow of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on the blockchain. So they are looking at the blockchain and they are following transactions that go through. They say when you follow a digital currency wallet, it is not different than an email address that has some correlating identifiers. Smith said in an interview at the agency's headquarters, and once a person and another person make a transaction, that goes into the blockchain. Yep. So what goes into the blockchain stays in the blockchain. It never leaves. So you can follow it all the way through. When you have the ability to follow a wallet address, if you will, you can trace it through the blockchain. So they've seized $102 million in crypto has occurred in 254 cases since 2015. So the last 7 years, they've seized more than $102 million. I imagine if they really went deep into it, they could seize a whole lot more. But those cases include an investigation with the Romanian National Police in which 900 victims across the U.S. were targeted. The scheme involved posting false ads on popular online auctions and sales websites for luxury items that did not exist, and the delivering of invoices supposedly from reputable companies, making it appear that the transactions were real. The perpetrators then engaged in money laundering scheme in which the victims' funds were converted into digital assets. The other cases targeted a Russian cybercrime syndicate that used a crypto exchange to launder funds, as well as ransomware operation tied to Russian and North Korean criminals, which Bitcoin payments by U.S. companies to stop the attacks were sent to the suspects' wallets. I love that they're actually starting to crack down on this and follow the money, right? Um, honestly, cryptocurrency transactions are much more public than banking transactions. I can't go to look at a bank and say, okay, well, so and so transferred $10,000 between themselves and somebody else. Now, the bank will see that, and I'm sure if the government went to investigate it, they could subpoena that and go look at it. But as far as the blockchain is concerned, anybody can see that. So the fact that they're going through and seeing where these U.S. companies um, transferred money to suspects' wallets or criminal wallets, the fact that they can track, or that they are tracking that, and now have a group that are looking at that, is going to make it harder for criminals to actually hide through that, and so that's actually a good thing for all of us in crypto, because it means that those that are doing nefarious acts through crypto are going to think twice about doing it, and they're going to have to move it much more often, and then eventually out of crypto to get away. So negative and positive effects both ways. I don't know. I'm just reading the stories. I don't have I don't know what the Secret Service, or what the end goal is for the Secret Service, if they're just taking down specific ones, or if they want to really work towards ending crypto scams that are out there. Okay. So in the article, it says, once the Secret Service pins down the illegal activity, it works to dig a little deeper into those transactions and deconstruct them. You send me something bad on email, I know there is criminal activity associated with that email. I can deconstruct, find whatever tidbits of information that you used when you initially logged in or signed up for that email address. Investigators are finding thieves will transfer stolen Bitcoin and other digital currency into stablecoin. See, mentioned that, into outside of crypto. In order to track this activity, they're watching the market, because the criminals, they're humans too. They want to avoid some of the market volatility associated with some of the major coins. So, so they're using crypto to transfer, and then transferring those into stable coins, probably into different wallets and stuff like that. So, interesting articles. How are you guys doing today? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't hit the like button on this video, please do hit that subscribe button. We've been going for about 30 minutes now, and I actually have to get back to my normal job. So appreciate you guys being here. We've gone through some great information. We hit Shurio. Don't forget to hit Shurio info, and make sure you come back tonight at 7:30 Central Time, where Mario and I will be here announcing the winners of Group A that will move on to the next round of competition. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Be blessed, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. See ya. Be blessed.